Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in here on Mustang Media live on YouTube. We got our first volleyball broadcast of the year. Joining me alongside me tonight is Dan Wolf. It's our first time calling a sports game together. Dan, it's good to be back up here on the bleachers with you to call a volleyball game between two cross-town rivals between the Packers and the Mustangs.
Absolutely, Jackson. Great to be here. You know, whenever these two schools get together, and it really doesn't matter the sport, whether it's volleyball, basketball, baseball, football, you can kind of throw the records out the window a little bit just because of that natural rivalry that goes between these two proud programs and the traditions that they represent. And so it should be an exciting match tonight. I think there's going to be some excitement.
Yeah, we got two very solid programs. The Mustangs went 2-1 against West Fargo last year. The Mustangs won the two matchups in the regular season, and then they lost in the EDC semis. West Fargo finished 30-8 overall. Sheyenne finished at 27-10, and the Mustangs took a fifth-place finish at state last year, while the Packers took third. And this year the Mustangs off to a very hot start. They went 7-0 at the WDA and EDC crossover, and the Packers went just below 500 at 3-4.
You know, it's always hard to know what to make of an opening weekend like that. You know, with Sheyenne returning the players that they did, you know, maybe not surprising that they were able to go 7-0, and maybe a little bit of a rebuild at the beginning for the Packers, but I don't think you ever want to count them out of anything. So, you know, I think probably both coaches say, hey, it was great to get those games under our belt, get some experience, maybe figure out some rotational things. But this is where it starts tonight.
Well, speaking of experience, the Mustangs have 8 returning seniors this year, while the Packers, they only have 3. And the Mustangs only graduated 3 from last season. So, you know, the experience definitely does come into play.
It really does. I think it doesn't matter the sport until you get those players kind of into that meat grinder of competition. You don't know what you're going to get. And certainly Sheyenne seems to have the more depth in terms of experience at this point. But, you know, West Fargo, you pointed out, took third last year. They've had a very strong program for the last 10, 12 years. So, again, getting their feet under them a little bit. I wouldn't put a whole lot into those first matches. It's really going to be the regular season that determines how these teams are going to fare.
Well, and I'm sure the Mustangs have got to be pretty happy to, out of one of those 7 wins was over Bismarck Century, and that's the defending state champ, and they've got to the state championship, you know, in the past straight 11 years.
If you beat Bismarck Century in volleyball, that is a badge of honor. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. That's a huge accomplishment, and really, Coach Newton should be very pleased with that victory, because there's not many teams that can say they've gotten one over on Bismarck Century.
And we're going to direct our attention down to the PA for the national anthem and the starting lineups.
Together, let us all help create an environment for high school competition that we can be proud of. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you stand if you are able, remove any headwear, and remain in attention as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Sheyenne Pat Band under the direction of Mr. James Landon. Indiana Mustangs. Now the non-starters for the Sheyenne Mustangs. Number 1, Ian Engel. Number 3, Noah Dedman. Number 5, Reagan Johnson. Number 6, Alexa Thorne. Number 9, Allie Jackson. Number 12, Rose Johnson. Number 14, Jada Langwood. Number 13, Kelly Sunset. Number 21, Alexis Gerhardt. Number 24, David Saxon. Now the starting lineup for the West Fargo Packers. Number 1, Olivia Pearson. Number 2, Raina Piakuski. Number 9, Ellie McIntosh. Number 11, Allie Halverson. Number 18, Grace Weary. Number 23, Aubrey Finn. Number 28, Olivia Soini. Packers are coached by Kelsey Titus. Assistant coaches are Kyle Ferguson, Jack Middleton, and Leslie Olerud. Now for the starting line for your Sheyenne Mustangs. The officials for tonight's match are registered by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and have been selected to demonstrate the ability to officiate. The officials for tonight's contest are Zonder.
Well, all right, Dan. Thank you to the Sheyenne Pep Band for the national anthem, and you guys just heard the starting lineup. So let's talk about some players that are going to stand out tonight. Starting with Sheyenne, a lot of seniors returning, but what comes to my mind is Chloe Brown, Reagan Bogenreef, and Wasdorp as well. Two of those are all EDC players. Kaylee Wasdorp and Reagan Bogenreef were named all EDC, and then Wasdorp was also named all state.
Yeah, as we talked about going into the pregame, the amount of experience that Cheyenne's going to be able to draw upon tonight is significantly higher than the Packers. If you're a Packer fan out there and you're watching and joining us tonight, if the name Fiakuski is not a new name in Packer volleyball.
Just a freshman.
Just a freshman. Her older sister just played in the Lions All-Star game this summer. Only three seniors on this Packer roster. So they are young, but they're big and they're athletic. So you see a lot of the crossover players, people like Ellie McIntosh, only a freshman, but starting. She's a basketball player. So, again, I think West Fargo is a team that you'll have to contend with, but it's got to be nice for Coach Newton with the start that they've had and knowing that you get to start your EDC season at home against your crosstown rival.
Well, another player that stands out to West Fargo to me is Olivia Soini. She topped 1,000 career assists last season, so she can be kind of the spark plug, and she's a senior as well, so she's kind of I think seen as a leader for that program.
I'm sure someone that they will rely on her experience as a varsity starter over the past couple of years. It looks like we're about ready to get underway.
Coulter's got to get things going for this matchup between the Packers and the Mustangs, the conference opener, and we are underway. And the Packers are going to go to the right side here. And that's going to be a point to West Fargo. They're going to get the first point of the evening. Miscommunication there for the Mustangs. Ollie Halverson serving for the Packers. Mustangs are able to return it. Packers coming back with an attack. Now they just tap it over. Albright tips it back over, and the Packers are going to get the point once again. So a 2-0 start.
No one home. Halverson with that little drop shot drew a bunch of the Mustang players to the net, and that follow-up with just a little longer dink touch ended up with no one in that middle zone for the Mustangs.
And Albright on the right side just taps it over her. It's deflected. That's going to be a net violation. Point goes to the Mustangs. Wasdorp serving now for the Mustangs. Swainey's going to set that up towards the middle. Wasdorp bumps it up. A pass over to the outside, and that's a kill for Reagan Bogenreef. You know, she can be lethal, Dan, when she's at the outside.
As an outside hitter, you bet. Taking it right down the line. Packers unable to handle that one. I think this is one of those matches where especially it's going to be important for the Packers to kind of hang in it, to not let that home crowd for the Mustangs kind of build momentum for the Mustang volleyballers and to make things even more difficult as we see another jump serve there.
So we go to the left side now. Great kill on the outside. Oh, wait, no. Looks like the Mustangs are. Yep, it is going to go to the Mustangs. Chloe Brown with the kill there.
Great elevation.
Another lethal outside hitter for the Mustangs. Swain's going to set that up for Weary. Mustangs return it. A little rally going here to start things off early in the first set. Great reaction there. Albright just taps over. It's blocked. And the Mustangs can't get it back over.
Easily the longest rally of the night that we've seen. Fiakuski with the serve here for the Pack.
Here's a setup for Bogenreef on the outside.
Actually, almost worked to her advantage. that set just a little bit out of her reach, and so wasn't able to put the big spike on it. And I think it kind of crossed the Packers up there, and she found that soft spot in the Packers zone.
And Mia Engel's going to come in, and she's going to serve now for the Mustangs. Swainey sets it up into the middle. Great save there by Mia Engel. She's really good at getting a lot of digs. And that's going to be too long. 4-4 now. Back and forth start. And Aubrey Finn's going to take a rest.
Zepeda in to serve for the Packers.
Zepeda serves towards the left side. And Brown's going to have to get that one over. Or excuse me, that's not Brown. That's Coulter in the back. And that's going to be a kill for the Packers.
Ellie McIntosh really showing her athleticism as a freshman, 5'9", but I actually played basketball in high school with her dad, and if she can jump like her dad, she's going to be a difficult player to beat. Looks like it just caught the line, a little service
That
ace.
was close. Engel thought that one was out, decided to let it go, and it backfired. 6-4 now. We've seen kind of these 2-point swings between these teams so far.
No one captured a ton of momentum yet. Still relatively close, but kind of looking for one team to see if they can bust it open here.
And that's going to be a kill on the left side.
Just deflected by the Mustangs.
That was by Olivia Peterson.
And out of bounds.
And Cepeda's going to serve that one into the net. A couple substitutions here for Cheyenne. Brown's going to take a seat along with Coulter. Terhar comes in. Brooke Johnson also coming in to serve. Really good server for the Mustangs. Juanita Peterson. This is going to go to Bogenreef on the outside. Great dig there by Halverson. Peterson again, and she's going to get another kill.
Right now, the Packers have been able to kind of find that soft area between the hands. And so the Cheyenne's been able to get a solid block on any of these to this point.
And Peterson, who just got the kill, is now serving. It's going to go to Bogenreef again. And she's going to get a kill there. Cepeda couldn't react.
She dropped the hammer on that one. A lot of power when she gets wound up.
She's probably the hardest hitting outside hitter for the Mustangs. And now she's serving. Cepeda is going to pass that one over. Soini over to Halverson. Halverson hits it into the net. And
Yeah, I think you probably want to just be safe with something like that. Not that Halverson's unable to convert a shot like that, but I think you probably in a game like this, you want to make sure that you're being safe with a lot of these.
It's going to be hit in the net once again. That's the second time in a row by Halverson. So a couple errors there. 8-8 now. Seen a lot of 2-point and 3-point swings. It was 8-5 West Fargo, but Cheyenne's come back with 3 of their own. 8-8 now. I think we're going to have a back-and-forth matchup here tonight, Dan.
If this set is any indication, you know that will be the case.
Halverson gets that one over. And Terhark
blocked out of bounds.
Terhark forces an error there. 9-8. So Cheyenne with the lead now. 4 points in a row.
Oh.
And Bogenreef goes too far left.
Just misses, but that jump serve is pretty good.
And Grace Weary going to come back in for West Fargo for Fiakuski. McIntosh serving for West Fargo. Hard hit there. McIntosh reacts, but that goes straight up into the ceiling. But it's on their own side, so they can play it. Wasdorp on the outside.
Oh, good
Engel with the dig. Great rally here, but that's going to be won by the Mustangs. Great effort by McIntosh.
Great dig by Engel on that. I think the Packers thought they got him with the little drop touch shot there, but Engel there to dig it out.
And she's known for that as a defensive specialist. The Packers get that one over. Great teamwork there. Wasdorp on the outside now. She gets the kill on the left side.
Right, painted the line, I think, with that one.
Dodd serving.
That's what's so hard. You've got to try and take away the rest of the court and leave that narrow lane for the down the line smash. And that was a great job there.
Halverson's hit is blocked. She gets it over this time. Dodds. Albright with the hit over there in the middle. Halverson again. Dodds couldn't save that one. Great effort. 11-10. So Aubrey Finn coming back in for West Fargo. Soini serving. A passing error there. Johnson couldn't get to that. 11-11. Terhark's going to set up for Brown there. Or excuse me. That was Terhark who hit it into the net.
Yeah.
Johnson set up for Terhark. And Terhark hit it into the net, unfortunately. 12-11 now, Packers. Soini serves again.
Oh.
And Wasdorp couldn't react to that. That's going to be an ace for Soini.
That got on top of Wasdorp quickly and couldn't handle it.
Wasdorp's able to react this time. Miscommunication, though. Albright didn't know where to go.
Yep. Lost it up there.
Another ace for Soini. That's 2 straight aces, and that's going to be a timeout by Leah Newton. Packers lead 14-11 here in the first set. We'll be back shortly. All right, folks, we're back after that short timeout break. Head coach Leah Newendance trying to get her girls settled down. That's two aces in a row for Soini, 14-11 Packers, and a couple miscommunication errors there.
I think that's probably the bigger concern for Coach Newton. You're going to give up an ace here and there. The one on Wasdorp got on her really quickly. She couldn't handle it, but the miscommunications, those are things that you would hope, especially with such a veteran team, that wouldn't be taking place. So probably just saying, hey, relax. We're only in the first set. There's plenty of game left or set here that we can do something with, and just be calm.
Great rally here coming out of the break. Fiakuski passes it over to Halverson. And that's too strong. So Chloe Brown coming back in. Terhark and Johnson going to take a quick rest. Coulter to serve now. Another great server for the Mustangs. Fiakuski passes to Soini, sets it up in the middle. Dodds over to Wasdorp. And that's going to be a kill.
From distance. She got that ball over. Packers unable to get that block back. That was a well-executed spike.
Soini sets it up over to Finn. She hits that one into the net. Miss hit there. And we're knotted up at 14.
I think Miz timed the jump and didn't get it on the peak and miss hit.
Didn't get it on the palm either.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it on the right spot.
So nice little run here with Coulter serving, getting
3 in a row.
Getting the Mustangs back to that 14-14 tie in this set.
Soini to Halverson. That's blocked up front by Brown and Albright. Albright taps it over. Soini over to Fiakuski. Finn's hit is blocked. Halverson again. Dodds. Great return there. Halverson again. A lot of great passing here. Brown on the outside. That's deflected up front. Fiakuski bumps it over to Finn. Finn taps it over, and the Mustangs are able to return it. A great rally here. Longest rally so far. And that's going to be won by West Fargo. Great effort there by Bogenreef. Dodds hit that one backwards.
Yeah. Both Bogenreef and Dodds going for that reaction play.
Great
Just
rally.
unable to handle.
Yeah.
Great rally.
A lot of great passing between both teams. And Bogenreef mishit that one. Couldn't get the dig. And now it's a 2-point swing once again for West Fargo, 16-14. Halverson serving now for West Fargo. Wasdorp with the dig. Albright taps it over. Soini over to Fiakuski. To Peterson. Deflected up front. Great dig there. Wasdorp returns it. And that's going to be just too strong. Looked good to me. It looked like it was right on the line, but line judge said no. Too strong. 17-14.
Halverson's jump serve here for the Packers has a great tumbling action, and it gets on these Mustang players very quickly. They're doing a good job of handling it, but really not having a great opportunity to set up for a play. It's kind of more of a reaction.
A great kill there by Wasdorp. Fiakuski couldn't get to that one.
Way to find the soft area there. Able to find that open area, and Packers unable to handle it. Now Wasdorp going to go to the serve for the Mustangs.
Halverson over to Soini. And that's going to be a great kill there in the middle by Grace Weary. Fiakuski serving now. Coulter sets up. Bogenreef mishit that, but still got it over. Great dig there by West Fargo. That was Soini, I believe, who got the dig. And That's going to be a point for the Mustangs. Dodds and Albright come out. Engel back in. She will be serving as well. Great block up front. Halverson couldn't react to that.
Baylor Bueno just
that was, a hard hit.
Solid. It was a good spike, but just perfect position by Baylor Bueno, and rejected right back. Almost got Halverson right in the face there for the Packers. It came back rejected so quickly.
Peterson on the outside. That's blocked, and it's going to be a point again. That's the thing with the Mustangs, and it's been like this for the past 2-3 years. They got a lot of length and a lot of height up front.
They do, and scoring bunches like that, they've tied it back up, and the Packers are going to take time out.
18-18, don't go anywhere, folks.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
We're back, folks. 18-18 is the score. And, the Mustangs have gotten a couple points now off of blocks with Brown up front, and, the Mustangs have just a lot of length, as we were talking about before going to the break. These past couple years, actually past 2-3 years, it's been like that for the Mustangs. A lot of length up front, a lot of height.
And the old adage goes, in any sport, you can't coach height, you can't coach speed, you can't coach vertical jump.
Those are all gifted.
And when you have those gifted to you, that makes it really hard for your opponents to deal with. Good communication by the Mustangs.
Hard hit there by Bogenreef, but Fiakowski gets the dig. Coulter over to Bogenreef. Lightly taps one over. Soini over to Fiakowski. To Pearson on the outside. Coulter over to Engel. Soini to Pearson again. Engel, great reaction there. Brown. Soini saves it. Great rally here once again.
Oh,
what a dig there by Halverson. Finn returns in. She gets the kill. Wow.
A lot of excellent touches by players on both teams. It looked like Mustangs got the quick touch set and was going to get that opening, but good dig by the Packers. Converting now up 19-18 in the first set.
That serve's going to be too strong by Cepeda. Tied up again at 19. This first set could go either way.
Brooke Johnson on to serve for the Mustangs.
Fiakowski to Soini. On the outside, that's McIntosh. Ooh, Bogenreef with another kill. Let's see
no doubt of that one.
Let's see if the Mustangs can get a few more points here and close it out. They need 5 more. Soini to Peterson. That's going to be a net violation.
Yep. By the Packers.
21-19.
Mustangs starting to smell the finish line here on this first set. Looking to try and close this out.
Halverson over to Cepeda. Cepeda back to Halverson. Halverson's going to have to hit that one over. Angle. Over to Brooke Johnson. That's hit over. Peterson. Blocked up front. Another violation there. So that's 2 times in a row now. It's 22-19. So a little rally here under Brooke Johnson.
Packers going to take another timeout. Talk about things.
Couple miscommunication errors there. Not what you want, net violations, but so hopefully they can clean it up. 22-19. We're going to take a short break as well. We'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Packers with a couple net violations, 22-19. See if the Mustangs can capitalize on those mistakes. Fiakuski over to Soini. Peterson. Johnson. Engel knocks it over. Peterson again, blocked up front. Another block.
Baylor Bueno, second time she has risen up and stonewalled the Packers.
Along with Terhart, yeah, it's another block for the Mustangs there. 23-19. Swain just taps on over. Great hustle there by Engel.
And
another kill there by Bogan Reef on the outside. The Mustangs are 1 point away from taking the first set. Great crowd here tonight, along with the student section. A lot of blue. Fiakuski, Soini, to Peterson. Packers trying to stay alive. Tapped around up front, and that's going to be an error. The Mustangs take home the first set, and they win by 6, 25-19. That's what you want. You know, the Packers had a great start, and they were hanging right there, but then the Mustangs.
Back and forth, but those last 7 points by the Mustangs just kind of taking control. And again, that's probably where you're going to expect that experience and leadership that the Mustangs have so much of to kind of eventually win through.
Well, along with that, you know, it seems like, you know, in a lot of volleyball games we've called in the past, you know, the opposing team that the Mustangs are playing, whether it's West Fargo or Davis or anyone they're playing, seems to hang around, but the Mustangs can go on a streak just like that and get 6 points in a row and close it out.
And with rally scoring like this, you know, that's easy to do. You can get on top of a team, and once you get that little bit of momentum, you get a couple good serves, and Brooke Johnson really should be commended for those points because she did an excellent job of serving. She didn't flirt with anything that was down the line or anything. Really just putting the pressure on the Packers and making their younger, inexperienced players make plays. And for that set, the experience won out for the Mustangs. We'll see what happens in set number 2 here, but great start for Sheyenne.
Well, and you know, the Packers, it seemed like at the end of the first set there, a couple miscommunication errors and net violation errors that ultimately backfired against them. Can't really have that when it comes down in late in the match.
No, you really can't. And you know, these squads have both been practicing, and they've had these opportunities to play for 2-3 weeks now. And at some point, you expect some of that early in the year, but as you get into the regular season, you're not going to have those opportunities to make those kind of mistakes. You make a few like we saw in this first set for the Packers, and it came back and cost them right away by losing that set. And you never want to go down 1-0 when you're at your opponent's gym and knowing that it's a tough team to beat.
All right, so there's a minute left in the intermission here. We're going to take a short break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get started with the second set soon. All right, folks, we're about to get the second set underway here. Mustangs took home the first one, 25-19. Dan, do you think the Mustangs could have done anything better in that first set, or do you think that was just pretty well played overall across the board?
I think it was pretty solid. You know, we noticed early in the match a couple of miscommunications by the Mustangs as well. You know, and West Fargo did a good job of building a little momentum. I thought what was really good by the Mustangs consistently throughout that first set is responding. There were 2 or 3 times the Packers had gotten out to 2 or 3 point leads, and every time Sheyenne was able to kind of right the ship and answer back.
Halverson is going to get the kill there for West Fargo to start off set number 2. Swaney to serve. Dodds over to Coulter. Tarek's going to tap that one over. Great dig there by Peterson. Swaney passes it over to Halverson. Deflected up front.
Going to get a double hit there.
Double hit there between Terhark and Albright.
Instinct on that. You know you can't let it hit the ground, and
right.
But you also know that you're the one that's closest to it. Oh.
It seemed pretty clean, but
carry, I think, is what they're going to call on that. Lifting the ball, it got on Dodds pretty quickly. I think she took that one in the neck.
So 3-0 started for West Fargo, and it's going to be another point. Not sure. The official talking to head coach Leah Newton.
An illegal formation of some kind?
I believe so. Happened so fast. 4-0 now.
If you're the Packers, this is the type of response you want to that, losing that first set. Jumping out quickly 4-0, getting some momentum.
And you can't let it up either.
No.
Let's see if the Mustangs can get on the board here. Fiakuski over to Halverson. That's going to be to the right, out of bounds. And there you go. Mustangs are on the board for the second set. And Wastrup's going to be the first server. For the Mustangs here. And see if she can get a good rally under her. Soini. Weary saves that.
That was a good job by Weary, just getting over there and keeping that in play. Good dig there.
Halverson. She's going to get the kill once again. Halverson with a couple kills here for West Fargo now in the second set. It's a 5-1 lead here.
Hard to tell if the Mustangs touch it at the net, but makes you wonder if Coulter lets that one go. Maybe it's out of bounds, but Coulter instinctively puts up those hands off of her, and a 5-1 lead for the Packers to start the second set. Good.
Albright's going to get that one. So Blado and Engel coming in now for Sheyenne. Engel's going to serve, 5-2.
Good deep serve.
Swaney to Peterson. Coulter to Bogenreef. She knocks that one over. Halverson. That's going to be a point to Sheyenne. Really not sure.
Not sure
what happened there.
Yeah.
Fiakuski to Soini. Weary's hit is blocked. Peterson returns that. Engel fell there. Was able to keep it alive though. Coulter to Engel. Great return there. Nice little rally building up here once again. Bogenreef on the outside. Great dig there by Fiakuski. Peterson returns that. Engel to Bogenreef once again. Great dig there by Soini. Fiakuski to Peterson. That's just a big-time rally here. Might be longer than the ones in the first set.
Oh,
and
good
Peterson's going to put things away. 6-3 now.
Finds the back corner.
Right on the corner. McIntosh back in for West Fargo. Fiakuski serving. You know, great digs there by Soini and Fiakuski there.
Really good. When Bogenreef gets that going down at you, that's awfully tough to dig out of there, but great job by the Packers hanging in that.
Fiakuski is going to set this one up for Finn. Coulter to Bogenreef. Fiakuski with the dig. Soini to Peterson. Coulter knocks it over. Great play there by Kennedy Coulter. Smart. Very smart. And Brooke Johnson and Chloe Brown going to come back in.
See if Johnson can run off a string of points like she did to end the first set for the Mustangs.
6-4 now. Soini to McIntosh. That's blocked. And the Mustangs
So
back in at 6-5.
I was going to say, this is just exactly what we saw in the first set. It looked like the Packers getting a little momentum, maybe pulling away a little bit, but Sheyenne just not letting them get away, bringing it back, keeping it close.
Mustangs have 4 of the last 5 points now in this match. It was 5-1 Packers. That leads down to 1.
Halverson, good dig.
Whoa, Soini with another great dig.
There's Halverson, and again.
Wow, great
Baylor
block.
Blado.
Blado, she's been huge up
She
there
has
for the
been.
Mustangs. And we're knotted up at 6.
Well, you mentioned it in the first set, Jackson, just the size, the number of girls that you can bring in again and again and again on that front line for the Mustangs. That's a great luxury to have.
Blado stands at a solid 5'11". That's a great height for a
Oh.
volleyball player. And that
was
knocked
a
backwards.
rocket by Hogan Reef.
And the Mustangs have the lead.
And again, running off a string of points here with Johnson serving.
Soini to McIntosh. He just taps it over. Brown returns it, blocked up front. It's knocked around there on the left side, on the right side
Great
there, and it's a
job.
great kill there.
Bogenreef again. What great awareness and presence at the net to be able to see where the soft area is in the Packer defense and just putting it in a position that makes it very hard for West Fargo to try and return anything.
Fiakuski over to Soini. Peterson will tap it over. Angle to Johnson to Brown. Great dig there by Halverson. Blado tries to get it over. That's blocked. Bogenreef's going to return it. Soini up to Fiakowski. Peterson gets it over. Mustangs looking to return it back. Bogenreef does. Great dig there by Halverson. Soini to Peterson again. Great try there by Engel and great hustle there by both Wasdorp and Bogenreef, but just couldn't get to that. 8-7 now. Wasdorp went into the stands there. A lot of momentum. That's when you know someone's trying.
Yeah.
So Cepeda to serve now for West Fargo. Angle to Johnson.
Oh.
Wasdorp hits that one into the net. Knotted up at 8. Angle to Johnson to Bogenreef. Soini to Peterson. And Wasdorp's going to return that. Fiakuski, Soini, McIntosh.
Oh.
Whoa, looks like it was out. That's going to be a kill for McIntosh.
Got a replay here. I think that one might have been out.
Whoa, Angle.
It was close.
Angle was questioning that
Coach
too.
Newton coming over to ask about that.
That didn't seem like the right call. So the call on the court is a kill by McIntosh. And it's going to stay that way. Well, got to move on. Next play. And the Mustangs are going to be able to make up for that. 9-9. Bogenreef to serve now. Fiakuski to Soini. Peterson. Wasdorp. Over to Johnson. Brown gets it over, and the Packers return it. Wasdorp again. Halverson with the dig. Soini to Peterson. It's been their go-to play. That's going to be too far left. Back in fourth set here. A 5-1 early start by the Packers, and now it's 10-9. Hard serve there. Fiakuski's able to react to it. Soini to Halverson. Angle. And Blado with the kill. She's been having a really good game. That's going to be a timeout there by head coach Titus. 11-9 now. We're going to take a short break.
In this place, we see potential like nowhere else. Here, vision is boundless. That's why we never settle. We look for the moments when everything becomes possible. The moments that inspire us to make every day better. In this place, there's no such thing as good. There's only great. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
All right, folks, we got quite the second set here for you. It's 11-9. And it was an early 5-1 lead for the Packers there to start off the second set, but ever since then it's been back and forth. The Mustangs had a rally going there, 5 or 6 straight points, and then it's been back and forth ever since. It was like 6-5.
It really has been back and forth. You're right, Jackson. Every time it looks like one team is going to kind of jump out, maybe gather momentum and really make a run, the other team responds. And here the Mustangs up 11-9. Great kill by the Packers. Brings it back to a 1-point game, 1-point game in this set.
Peterson serving now for West Fargo. And Engels tried to let that one go.
Yep.
Thought it was too long, but that's going to be an ace for Peterson. That's really tough to judge because that was like right on the line, so it could have gone either way.
It really is. And you only have that split second to make that decision.
That's going to be hit into the net. Serving error there. Albright and Dodds coming in for the Mustangs. Engel. And Blado taking a seat. Soini over to McIntosh. Brown on the outside. Great save there by Peterson. Halverson returns it for the Packers. Blocked up front there. Albright gets it over. Brown on the outside. Fiakuski to Soini. McIntosh taps it over.
Nice drop shot there by McIntosh, recognizing the depth for the Mustangs. Seeing that Dodds was too deep and saw that soft area behind the blockers, finds it, and we're knotted up at 12.
Brown. Soini hits it backwards. McIntosh gets it forward. Halverson hits it over. And Isabel
Quick
Albright
set
with the kill.
Yeah, the quick set gets him. Great job by Albright just seeing that, recognizing the quick set and finding that open area on the right side.
Coulter serving. 13-12. Cepeda up to Soini to Halverson. She hits that one into the net. Great job by Terhark and Albright to kind of force that error there.
Again, when you see the length of the Mustangs at the net, that's got to be intimidating for any hitter, for your opponent, just to know that you have to hit it almost perfectly or otherwise you're not going to have a chance to be successful. That's tipped by the Packers, and now a 14-12 lead, 15-12, for the Mustangs in this set. This is kind of a danger zone, I think, for the Packers. You don't want to let this get away from you. If you let the Mustangs rattle off 2-3 consecutive points here and suddenly you're down half a dozen, that makes it a lot more daunting. There's the miscommunication between Dodds.
Yeah, Bogenreef tried to get a dig there. And that's what you want if you're West Fargo there. Cepeda's going to take a seat. Quick breather. Soini to serve now. Bogenreef in the middle there, too strong. And now it's 15-14. This is kind of where we were in the first set until the Mustangs pulled away, getting the last 6 points. last 7, it was 19-18 West Fargo.
Oh, great.
Great kill there. Soini couldn't get to that.
That was a great adjustment by Terhardt. She recognized that the set was not where she thought it was, readjusted, went up, and brought it down, almost right down the front line, the net of the Packers.
Halverson.
At an angle that no one was expecting for West Fargo.
Fiakuski sets it up for Halverson. Bogenreef taps it over. Halverson up to Soini. Finn just knocks it over. Great kill there on the outside by Terhardt.
2 in a row by
2 in a row.
Terhardt.
17-14. It's back up to a 3-point lead now.
Wasdorp still serving for the Mustangs.
It's knocked over by Peterson.
Oh, good
Great
save by
there.
Wasdorp.
Albright gets it over. Into the ceiling almost. Great try there by Dodds. Couldn't get to it though.
Really good job of concentration by the Packers on that. A ball up into the rafters to stick with it and then find the open area on the Mustang defense. That's Halverson with the jump serve.
Ooh, great hustle there by Terhardt.
She gets back in.
Ooh, hard hit there by Weary. She gets the kill. 17-16. 2-point, 3-point swings there by both teams. And right now, West Fargo is in favor.
And that one is long.
Too strong.
Not by a lot. That one was close, but it was
Very
long.
close. So Albright and Dodds coming out now. Angle back in. She's going to serve. 18-16. Soini to Peterson. Bogenreef. Great hard hit. Deflected up front. Soini sets it up for Weary. She taps it over. Miscommunication there. Soini. Fiakuski was going for that, and Soini knocked it backwards. 19-16 now.
And caught in no man's land there. It's hard not to try and take that if you're Soini, but not knowing that Fiakuski was going to be behind you to pick you up. Oh.
Angle mishits that one short into the net. It's going to be interesting. Can West Fargo pull it out here in the second set and notch things up at 1-1? Or can Sheyenne take a commanding 2-0 lead here? Bogenreef, hard hit. That goes right to Halverson, though. Bogenreef again, deflected up front. Soini sets it up for Finn, and Finn's going to get the kill. Terhardt on the outside. That's blocked by McIntosh and Peterson.
McIntosh showing her athletic ability, getting up and denying the Mustangs.
And McIntosh is the tallest person for the Packers, standing at 5'10". That's going to be another point for West Fargo. We're notched up at 19, right where we were back in the first set. Or excuse me, it's actually going to be 20-19.
Yep.
A little delay in the change of the score there on the scoreboard. 20-19 now, so West Fargo has the lead now, and they're in a good spot here to capitalize. We'll see if Sheyenne can respond late in the set here.
Great job.
And Bogenreef does by getting a kill to notch things up at 20.
One of those things you expect from one of your senior leaders, coming up big when needed. And, hey, we've seen this before. Brooke Johnson coming in with...
She finished off, I believe, the last set.
She finished off the last set. It's on the line, and she's back on serving this time.
West Fargo's right there, though. Brown. Soini reacts to it. Fiakuski to Finn. Blocked up front there by Blado and Bogenreef. And the Mustangs in favor again, 21-20. West Fargo needs this set. McIntosh, great dig there.
Oh,
Bogenreef
again. Unloaded down the line on that one.
She's hyped up about that one. Probably the hardest kill by her all night. And it's 22-20. The Packers are going to take a timeout. Sheyenne just 3 points away from taking a 2-0 lead here. We'll be back shortly. We're back, folks. 22-20, the Mustangs just 3 points away. They trailed by 1, 20-19. Now they have 3 straight under Brooke Johnson's serving. So she closed out the last set, Dan, and now it's looking like she could close out another one.
She has the opportunity. Certainly Sheyenne has the momentum right now as the Packers use their last time out for this set. Coach Titus not wanting to let this one get away. The 2-0 hole's pretty big to dig out of.
Finn, it's blocked. She knocks it up. Soini knocks it over, finally, for the Packers. Blado, Halverson, Soini to Peterson. Johnson to Engel, back to Wasdorp.
Oh.
And she's going to get the kill there. Great effort there by Soini.
Great effort, but great angle finding
That was
that
a
open
perfect
area.
angle. Just inside the line there.
Yeah, absolutely.
23-20. Seemed like West Fargo was right there, but Cheyenne's looking pretty good here. Oh!
Good touch.
See if they can capitalize on that.
Little drop shot there by McIntosh. What's going to probably just do or die here for the Packers. They're going to have to try and mount something here. They give up a point, and that's going to give an opportunity for the Mustangs to serve for set number 2. See if Sabeda can get something going for the Packers.
She comes in for Aubrey Finn. Great dig there by Fiakuski. McIntosh in the middle. Ooh.
Miscommunication, but they get it handled.
Oh, great kill there. Oh, it's going to be a net violation. Her hand
violation.
touched the net. Came over the top just a bit too much. And it's 23-22. If West Fargo High can get 3 more here, that will be huge. And Blado's talking to the official here. Both of the officials now going to talk about that one. The call on the court was a net violation on Blado. Well, the Mustangs, after tonight, they take on another rival, Davies, on the road. They'll be at Fargo Davies on Thursday. Game time for that is 7 o'clock. West Fargo, on the other hand, after tonight, they're going to host Horace at home on Thursday. And the call on the court's going to stand. It's a net violation there. Blado's got to shake that one off. 23-22 now. Bogenreef.
That's the way you respond. Oh,
Another close call
boy.
here. Wow. We'll see what the officials come up with here. If it's in favor of Sheyenne, it's going to be game point on the next serve. And it's going to go to West Fargo. So they notched things up at 23. When it wasn't looking good, it was 23-20. And now they're back in it here. Remember, if it is notched up at 24, it's win by 2. Ooh, that was a tough serve to react to, but Engel gets to it. Bladel gets it over. Soini to McIntosh. This time to Peterson. It's blocked! Huge block there by Bladel and Brown. Both contributing on that. 24-23, it's game point here. And Bogenreef, the all-star outside hitter, looking to finish things off. Mustangs in the driver's seat now. Ooh, it's going to be a point to West Fargo, and they stay alive. Notch things up at 24, is now win by 2. A win for West Fargo will be huge here, as that will extend the match. And notch things up at 1.
Good job by Wasdorf, early off balance there.
And that's going to be a point to West Fargo. They take the lead now. Oh, that was just inside the back line. And Leah Newen is going to take a timeout. The Packers on a 5-1 run here. 25-24. We're going to take a short break as well. We'll see if West Fargo can close things out here in set number 2. We're back, folks. The student sections are going back and forth here. It's 25-24 West Fargo, so they're 1 point away from notching things up at 1 apiece. Here we go. Peterson to serve. The Mustangs trying to stay alive here and extend the set. So we need a McIntosh, blocked. Fiakuski to Peterson, blocked, and the point's going to go to the Mustangs. Bladel and Brown come up huge there. Excuse me. Almost lost my voice on that one.
No, that was an excellent job by Sheyenne. Coming up huge, backs against the wall. Now an opportunity to take the lead and hopefully serve out the set as Dodds sends it over the net.
25 apiece. Dodds to Johnson. Peterson returns it for West Fargo. And West Fargo's going to get a point again on a violation there, 26-25. What a second set we have here. McIntosh to serve. Hard hit there. McIntosh can't react.
Bogenreef unleashes one there.
Again. What do you know? All right. Coulter to serve now. Soini to Weary. Knocked around up front, hit backwards. Wasdorp.
Great job.
And she gets the kill. 27-26.
Great reaction to keep the ball alive. And then it returns to Wasdorf for the big kill. A set point here for the Mustangs.
Soini to Peterson. Things are getting intense, folks. Wasdorp. Great dig there by Fiakuski to keep things alive. Peterson returns it. Wasdorp to Fiakuski again. Soini gets it over. They're going to set it up for Wasdorp once again. And she finishes things off. That's a 2-0 lead right now. It's got to be heartbreaking there for West Fargo because they're right there.
They were there. They had opportunities with set points a couple of different times. Maybe that's the difference between inexperience and experience. But, yeah, you're right. Got to be heartbreaking for the Packers, dropping down 2-zip. That's a huge hill to climb. We're going to see if they can come back and gather themselves and make a match of this.
Wallenstorp, as you said, showing off that experience and talent. She's an all-state. She was all-state last year. So the all-state outside hitter coming up big there for the Mustangs. The Mustangs have a 2-0 set lead here. We're going to be back shortly for the third set and see if the Mustangs can sweep the Packers tonight.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
All right, folks, we're about to get the third set underway here. The Mustangs looking to get a sweep here against West Fargo tonight. And damn, what a second set that was, back and forth. It looked like West Fargo had a chance, in which they did, but couldn't come up with the win there.
They did. I think it was a great response by the Packers. Cheyenne had that lead, and it looked like maybe Brooke Johnson was going to have a chance to serve out that second set like she did the first. West Fargo comes back, takes the lead twice, has set points, unable to convert. Got to be heartbreaking for the Packers, and now you just got to find a way to dig deep. You can't think of winning the match. You got to think, let's get this
it one set at a time.
One set, and let's see what happens from there. Let's try and put some pressure on the Mustangs.
The job is not done yet for Sheyenne.
No.
Got to win one more.
You can't take your foot off the gas here, and when you're playing your crosstown rival, probably not a big concern. But I think you got to be reminding your players to be smart, as we see Brown with the big spike on that one. That left hand, I think, probably causes a little, it's just like playing a lefty in basketball. You're not quite, you see so few of those players that it makes you kind of re-examine some things.
But yeah, Dan, nothing is more upsetting than in a best-of-5 match blowing a 2-0 series lead.
Absolutely.
Sonia to Weary up front there. She's going to get the kill. Great hustle there by Bogenreef. You take a look at some of the other matchups going on tonight around the EDC. Fargo Davies is taking on Grand Forks Central, up at Grand Forks Central. Fargo North's at Fargo South. Red River is taking on Shanley at Shanley's Place. Devil's Lake is at Valley City. And then West Fargo Horace is hosting Wahpeton. And then on Thursday, as I said earlier, Cheyenne's going to travel to Fargo Davies, just south of here. Central at Fargo South, Fargo North at Grand Forks Red River, Shanley at Devil's Lake, Wahpeton hosting Valley City, and then West Fargo High hosting West Fargo Horace.
Wasdorf doesn't catch that one clean into the net. We're 2-2, knotted up here in the third set.
I tell you what's an eye-opener, Dan. I'm taking a look at the standings here. Fargo North is also 7-0, tied with Sheyenne.
The first thing I noticed as Dodds can't handle that serve. That was one of the first things I noticed in just kind of looking over the stats and the records of the teams in the EDC. Granted, they haven't started conference play. That's tonight. But for Fargo North, they got to be excited being 7-0, just like the Mustangs after that East-West crossover.
And Fargo South is 5-2, so they're coming in at third in the standings. And then Shanley
in
fourth.
Great job by Dodds, laying out, keeping it alive. Just no way for Wasdorf to catch up and try and get that ball back over the net.
So 4-2
Tremendous
now.
effort, though.
So the Packers have an early lead here at the start of the set. Can they hold on to it? And that's going to be hit into the net by Fiakowski. Peterson there, deflected around. Great hustle there by Engel. Mustangs return it. McIntosh blocked up front. Blado again.
Mustangs have been really strong at the net with their block game tonight. And really it's that they've controlled the middle of the net.
Yep.
Pretty much anything that the Packers
Up
have
front.
gotten have come from the edges, from the side net.
The
but
backcourt.
you know, just nothing right there in the middle.
If you take a look at the standings out in the West in the Western Dakota Association, the only undefeated team that stands right now is Jamestown at 7-0, and then Century is 6-1, who their only loss is to West Fargo Cheyenne. And a few teams standing at 3-4: Bismarck High, Dickinson, and Minot.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to sleep on Century, that's for sure.
So Zepeda serving now for West Fargo. It's 5-5. Apologize for the error on the screen with the scoreboard.
Nice little drop shot that doesn't go.
Blado gets it over. Soini to Peterson. That's going to be a point to West Fargo. 6-5.
Well, certainly none of these games have been blowouts by any stretch of the imagination. Probably the closest Cheyenne, ran off that string of points to end the first set, but obviously last set went
28-26.
and this one was looking to be the same way. As a great kill there.
Just
Packers can't handle it.
Zepeda couldn't catch up to that. And it's been like that all night for multiple Packer players. I mean, those serves, or those hits, are coming from Bogenreef and Wasdorf and any of the Mustang outside hitters, Brown included. It's tough to catch up with. Peterson again on the outer edge. That's set up for Terhark. And she's going to get the kill. 7-6. Ooh, that's hit hard, but into the net by Wasdorp. So Peterson to serve.
Good job by Wasdorp to handle that.
That's going to be a point to West Fargo. Eight, 7. Oh, great kill there by Bogenreef once again.
She has been lethal on this side of the net.
you had to,
entire game.
you know,
the
we don't
entire
have
match.
we don't have any papers to keep tally of exactly of how much kills she has. But Dan, if you had to estimate, how much kills do you think Bogenreef has? At least over 10.
Oh, easily. I was thinking she's in that 15 to 20, and maybe it just feels that way because so many look impressive. But she has been the one that kind of steadies the ship when things have gone bad for the Mustangs. That's who they end up going to.
If you take a look at the bottom of the screen, folks, we do have the scoreboard back up running. Shout out to our producer, Jacob Fisher, for getting things fixed there. Cepeda with the dig. Wasdorp on the outside, taps it over. Great recognition there. Smart move by Wasdorp.
Great touch, little drop shot there. Saw those Packers rising up at the net, and just a little tip shot over the top into that open area. Gives the serve back to the Mustangs as it's knotted up at 9-9 here in the third set.
Soini to Weary, blocked up front by Albright. Albright with the block and the kill.
Yeah, Weary was returned right to her and she couldn't handle it.
Cepeda gets it over. Wasdorp.
Oh.
Coulter just knocks it over. She's done that twice now. That little tap over. And that's going to be a timeout by head coach Titus. 11-9 Mustangs. They are 14 points away from getting a sweep over their crosstown rival. We'll take a short break. Welcome back, folks. 11-9 here in the third set. Sheyenne looking to close things out here and get a sweep once again. They had a sweep over West Fargo last year, and West Fargo just trying to stay alive here. They're keeping it close. They've kept it close all evening. The first set was 25-19. The last set was really close, 28-26, in which West Fargo had a chance to win that set twice. Couldn't capitalize. And another kill there up front.
I think Coach Titus took that timeout knowing that you can't let Sheyenne get too far out in front of you, hoping to kind of settle their team down as they looked a little rattled and kind of weren't communicating real well. But out of that timeout, Sheyenne gets another quick point, and they're up now by 3. There, West Fargo gets one back and will have the opportunity to serve and cut the Sheyenne lead to 1.
So Aubrey Finn back in for West Fargo. Soini to serve. Dots the dig. Coulter to Wasdorp. Soini to Fiakowski. Halverson gets it over. Wasdorp again.
Oh.
She gets the kill. Again, it's been, Bogenreef and Wasdorp have been deadly on that left side on the outside there.
An all-conference and an all-state player, and good job by Finn getting a little piece of that one, but you're going to need 2 players up there at the net blocking anytime you get Wasdorp or Bogenreef when they're on the outside hitting there.
And it's going to be interesting how this, with this hot start, how this Mustang team is able to, perform as the season gets late. And because, one thing about the Mustangs is they haven't been to the state championship yet, and they're looking to get over that hump this year. The best they've done at state is 3rd place, which was a few years ago.
And that's something you can talk about with your players, but you kind of just got to figure it out. I mean, as we've seen, just being the best team in the state or one of the top teams in the state doesn't guarantee you a spot in the final or a state championship. So you're right. I think Coach Newton is ready for this group to make that next step to see if they can make it to a championship game and maybe test their mettle against a team like Century or someone like that.
Wasdorf gets the kill again. And yeah, wouldn't that be quite the matchup? You know, Sheyenne and Century, you know, rivals in other sports as well, going at it in the state championship
Absolutely.
for volleyball. And you know, volleyball, you know, to me, Dan, it's honestly it's a very fun sport to watch. You know, it's one of those rally sports, you know, and those rally sports where something's always going on, that's just fun to watch.
It is, and the athleticism that these players display and the power that they have really is impressive. So the Packers are going to draw even there, I think, with that one at, or is it 14-13?
14-13.
Hard to tell. There's sometimes a little delay on the scoreboard here at times. But I was going to say, I think if you're Sheyenne, you're looking to close this out. You're going to go with a steady diet of Wasdorp and Bogenreef on the side nets and seeing what you can do with that. Great job by McIntosh there.
Things are notched up at 14. I think if you're West Fargo here, a big stretch here, like a big 6-point run, can definitely get the morale back in
well, it really would, and I think just to put some pressure on the Mustangs. Yeah. They faced a couple of set points, but they haven't been down big at all. I guess early in the second set they were down 5-1 or something like that and responded. But if you're from West Fargo and you can get a 20-15, a 21-17 lead, that might put some pressure on the Mustangs and force them to respond in some manner.
And like we were talking about earlier, Dan, when you're down 2-0, you got to take it one set at a time.
Yeah. And I think be wary of, and it's such a double-edged sword, how aggressive do you try to become? Do you try and pull off an incredibly difficult shot or do something that is maybe beyond you, or do you just stick to the game plan? And it's tempting when you're trying to come back out of that hole to try something that maybe you're not used to. 16-15 for the Mustangs, as we're going to get Coulter on the serve.
Here's the serve. We're underway again. Fiakowski to Soini. McIntosh in the middle. And that's going to go to the Packers. Peterson's turn to serve now for West Fargo. Bogenreef gets the kill. Just taps it over. Once again, fooling the Packers. They're all diving on the floor thinking that
and why
it's going to come in
you?
hot.
Because
right.
You've had a steady diet of that the entire match, and then she just calmly, wisely puts one down into an area that no one is home.
She's got a cannon off the serve as well.
She does. That jump serve can really be an effective weapon if you know how to use it properly. It looks like we have a net violation there.
Net violation there.
For the Mustangs.
Terricker got a little too close there. So McIntosh serving now. It's 17 apiece. A set that could go either way once again. And that's too strong. 18-17 now. Wasdorf gets the kill.
Great find in the back corner.
Albright and Dodds coming back in for Sheyenne. Dodds serving. Zepeda to Soini to Halverson. Couldn't get that one over.
No.
Missed hit. Mistimed there on the jump. An hour and a half into this match, 19-18. Great save there by Terhart to get on the floor there. Big time dig. And that's going to be a point to West Fargo. But right there, it's just been back and forth now these last couple points. It's been 17-17, 18-17, 18-18, 19-18, 19-19 now. Soini serving. Dodds to Coulter, to Wasdorp in the middle. Fiakowski with the dig. Soini to Halverson. Coulter just taps it over. Weary now, and she's going to get a kill. Dodds couldn't set that one up. 2019, so West Fargo's in the lead here as we get into the 20s.
Timeout by Coach Newton. As the Mustangs will talk about things, try and get reset. Packers lead 20-19. We'll be right back.
All right, folks, Packers lead 20-19 here. And they're looking to stay alive here and extend the match this evening. Cheyenne has a 2-0 lead, as you can see on the scoreboard. Wasdorp, hard hit is blocked. And West Fargo now is up 2. Now this is their chance here, Dan.
This is their chance. Little rally dance on the Packer sideline there, I think. Yeah, I obviously, down 2-0, they have to win, but this is probably going to be your best chance if you're the Packers.
And Albright's going to get that one. So Brooke Johnson and Chloe Brown coming back in.
Johnson to serve.
And she's been the server late in the last 2 sets, and she's going to be the server again here late in the third. Great dig there by Peterson. Soini over to Halverson. Brown. Pearson, great save. Fiakowski gets to it. Soini gets it over. Chloe Brown again. Too far to the right.
What a great job by the Packers, keeping that one alive. And then Brown just missing outside down the line. Packers up 2, 22-20.
This is the best spot they've been in all night. We're going to stick around here for this timeout. Quick timeout here.
Taken by the Mustangs, yeah.
By the Mustangs. So I think head coach Lee Newton wants, her girls to settle down and say, hey, the West Fargo still has a job to do. They still have 3 more points to extend the match. So we have a chance here to close things out and go home.
Certainly they do. And if you're the Mustangs, I think if you're Coach Newton, you would love nothing more than to sweep and to win this one at home to open the EDC season and make a statement. And I think just kind of reiterating, probably trying to get everyone calmed down. I don't think they're coming up with anything new, just really trying to make sure that everyone is on the same page. When you're down 22-20, you can't afford to have those miscommunication errors. You can't afford to make those mental mistakes.
Halverson serving now for West Fargo. Wasdorp gets it over and knocked backwards. Fiakowski tries to get to it, can't, slides into the wall.
Good hustle. That wasn't probably the play. That set didn't work out, and just a smart play by Wasdorp to knock it deep, and it caught the Packers off guard. Here's an opportunity for Cheyenne to draw even in this third set.
Wasdorp, the all-state outside hitter, serving now, late in the set. And big-time point there for West Fargo. 23-21, just 2 points away now from making it 2-1. And McIntosh, tallest player on the roster for West Fargo, standing at 5'10", comes back in. Fiakowski to serve. Dodds to Brooke Johnson. Oh, great dig there by Soini. McIntosh Gets it over. Brown. She's blocked up front there by Peterson and McIntosh, and the West Fargo now 1 point away from extending the evening here. Extending the match this evening, making it a little bit longer. Oh, that hits Stotts in the head. It's an ace for Fiakowski to finish off the third set, and West Fargo stays alive. It's 2-1. You know, it's best of 5, Dan.
It is, you know, and we talked about that there should be no let up on the part of the Mustangs and the Packers. You take it one set at a time. You've got the one. Now you try and see if you can push it to that tiebreaker set. For Sheyenne, I think you just need to kind of reset and relax and kind of get back. They seem to get away from Wasdorf and Bogenreef on the edges. I think you got to kind of think about what got you to that position of up 2-zip and see if you can't get back to doing the things that you're really good at.
We're going to take a short break, folks. West Fargo extends the match. It's 2-1. Mustangs have another shot to close it out. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
In this place, we see potential like nowhere else. Here, vision is boundless. That's why we never settle. We look for the moments when everything becomes possible. The moments that inspire us to make every day better. In this place, there's no such thing as good. There's only great. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
We're back, folks, after the intermission. The fourth set about to get underway here. West Fargo took home the last one. They were able to edge it out 25-21, Dan. And what do you think? They did a lot better towards that last set.
I think just, you know, they seem to be everywhere on the floor. They seem to be getting all the digs. Took advantage of a couple of mistakes by the Mustangs, but I think just we're far more consistent. Just the miscommunications weren't there, and kind of those mental mistakes weren't there. And we talked about it. You don't have to get them all back at once, just one set at a time. They accomplished that. They got the one that they needed. We'll see what happens from here.
And we got some scoring updates here. Valley City swept Devils Lake tonight, and it wasn't even close. 25-13, 25-12, and 25-16. Davies defeated Central in the first set, 25-8. And Wahpeton defeated Horace. Or excuse me. We got some scoring updates here between Horace and Wahpeton, 25-22 and 25-10. I believe those were both by Horace, as Horace is home, and the home team's listed first on the EDC website. So 25-22 and 25-10 there between Horace and Wahpeton. Hard hit there by Halverson on the outside. 2-0 now. So an early start here in the fourth set.
And I think the one thing that I am starting to see, Jackson, you ask about what did West Fargo do differently, seem to be a little more aggressive. Like they're taking the game to Sheyenne. Rather than kind of waiting for it to come to them or being reactive, they're kind of forcing the action.
They're the ones attacking.
They're attacking right now, and I think that's making a huge difference. That's what you do is you go to someone like Wasdorp, an all-state player, to kind of settle your group back down.
Kind of reminds me of a quote by hockey coach Herb Brooks. You know, his quote to his guys before they took on the Soviets there in the Miracle on Ice was, "Don't defend them, attack them."
That's right.
Oh,
there's some miscommunication again.
Halverson tripped there, looks like.
Yeah, she was rushing in, and it looked like Sweeney would just kind of thought, okay, you've got it, and Halverson stumbled a bit, gives the Mustangs a tie at 2-2.
Great block up there by Albrecht.
Albrecht, yes.
Bogenreef both up there. It's 3-2. Wasdorp serving. Great dig there. Oh, never mind. It's not a dig. Goes out of bounds. Great effort by Halverson.
Great effort, but really well placed serve by Wasdorp, as now Sheyenne has rattled off 4 straight points.
That's too strong. Oh, never mind. It's going to be tipped. It's tipped, so the point does go to West Fargo. Coulter to Brown on the outside. Ooh, it's knocked around between Halverson and Fiakowski there, and the Packers are able to return it.
There.
Hard hit there by Bogenreef. Sweeney's able to react and get the dig. And Sheyenne closes it out with the point again.
Again, controlling the center of the net.
Engel coming in for Albrecht. She will serve as well. Great hustle there by Engel to get her hands on that one. Halverson with the dig. Peterson on the outside. It's blocked. With Plato and Brown.
I think Peterson kind of stumbled there and didn't get up as high as she would like to have. As much into the net, I think, as a block by the Mustangs.
Well, Plato, it's tough to get over Plato and Brown as they both stand at 5'11". Coulter to Plato. Angle back over to Coulter. Brown. It's knocked around here. That's going to be too strong there. That was knocked out of bounds by Ruby Chitty. Weary gets the kill there for West Fargo. It's tipped.
That was tipped.
And that point was huge. It's 7-4. Kind of stops the bleeding a little bit there. Angle with the dig. Bogenreef taps it short into the net. 7-5. Brown gets the kill. Terhark and Johnson coming back in for the Mustangs. That's going to be an ace for Brooke Johnson. You will see quite a few of those from her this season. Chitty mishits that one, and Peterson's going to come back in for her.
Packers are awfully flat here, down 5 here in this fourth set. I don't know that you can afford to go much longer.
10 to 5.
And let the Mustangs continue to rack up points.
Angle with the
save.
big time dig there. Just barely got under that. And Johnson's able to get to it. McIntosh hits it too far right.
Just missed down the line, now 11-5.
And, you know, as you said, as you like to call it, Dan, it's the danger zone right now. A 6-point deficit for West Fargo.
It really is, and I think maybe looking at the records coming in, you might have expected some of the games to be more like this. But the Packers need to find that aggression that they played set 3 with. If not, this could be quick work for the Mustangs.
And that's going to be another point. Bogenreef again on the outside.
And there's the timeout.
Head coach Kelsey Titus is going to take a timeout for West Fargo. Mustangs have a commanding 12-5 lead here in the fourth set. We'll be right back. All right, folks. It's 12-5, commanding lead for West Fargo Sheyenne. They're up 2-1, so this is Cheyenne's chance to kind of, put the foot on the gas, accelerate, and just pull away and not look back.
Absolutely, they could break this open and just get so far out of reach. West Fargo has looked flat after being very aggressive in the third set and really coming out the first couple points, and they've just kind of fallen flat here. And
sure, fatigue's a factor in that.
Probably they expended a lot of energy the way that they played in that third set to win. But there's another ace by Johnson.
Whew. That's 2 now already.
And, maybe a little bit of a lack of that senior leadership. The girls that are going to rally the rest of the team to get around them here, and it's just not looking good for West Fargo at this point. But Cheyenne definitely in the driver's seat. They're executing. They're playing their game, and they're up 9, 14-5 in the fourth.
Well, yeah, the 3 seniors for West Fargo, they have just 3 are Halverson, Soini. Those are the only 2 we've seen tonight on the court. Cassette hasn't made an appearance yet. She's the other senior for West Fargo. Compared to the 8 seniors the Mustangs have, which are Kennedy Coulter, Chloe Brown, Megan Johnson, Kaylee Wasdorp, Brooke Johnson, Reagan Bogenreef, Lexus Terhark, and Callie Dodds.
So West Fargo's going to burn their second time out here in the fourth set, knowing that they're going to have to make some kind of big run here and change things.
I think fatigue, it really is the factor here right now, Dan, because like you said, they used a lot of energy to get that hard fought.
They do, and I don't think their rotation is as deep as what it is for Cheyenne. I think they're relying on a smaller core group of players. I mean, how many times have we seen Halverson hit the floor tonight? And just the amount of energy. Fiakuski all over the court. Yeah, they're maybe a little bit gassed out here tonight.
I think a couple of them haven't come out yet because their roster is just not as big. We've seen a lot of rotating between the Mustangs.
Yep.
Newton's been rotating her girls, so sure the Mustangs are a lot more fresh. And that's what's contributing to this 15-5 lead here. But there's a point for West Fargo.
Starts with one, get one, and now see if you can manage to.
Anything can happen in sports.
Cepeda, who's had success as a server tonight, see if you can get a few points here and just kind of keep close, keep within shouting distance, and see if you can put a run on.
There's another, it's going to be a violation there. 15-7 now. And what a comeback it would be, Dan, for West Fargo to notch this up at 2 and come back in this 4th set here. Bogenreef gets the kill.
Another nice job. That little drop shot.
That's got to be maybe at least 20. I don't know. Maybe not that.
I would think.
I'd say so.
I would think she's probably approaching 20 kills on the evening.
She's stuffing the stat sheet, that's for sure.
And that's up 16-8. You know, the Mustangs don't have to run off another 6 points in a row. They just need to, you know, they can give up a point here or there, and then as long as they make up a point or two after that, it's just, it's all on the Packers here that they have to find a way to really get a big rally here, get a run going, and make something happen. But if you keep trading points like this with Sheyenne,
it's going to run out of time.
Yeah, you run out of the game.
Great effort there by both McIntosh and Soini, or excuse me, Cepeda and Soini, but man, those outside hitters from the Mustangs. Bogenreef, Wasdorp, Brown, all very lethal. It's 18-8 now. Great save there by Peterson. One of the best plays all night. McIntosh gets the kill.
Turn it into a point. Maybe something like that gives them the spark that they need to make something happen. Maybe go on that rally here, get a little run going. If you can run 3-4 in a row here, you got a chance.
Ooh, Terror hits it hard, and she's going to get the kill. And Johnson and Terror going to come out. Brown and Coulter back in. Pearson to Soini to Halverson. Wasdorp to Coulter. Back to Wasdorp. Soini sets up Halverson. And she's going to get the kill. Great play there. 19-10. Finn back in for Cepeda for West Fargo. Great dig there by Soini off of Brown's hit. Wasdorp. Fiakowski and Alverson got to that somehow. But the Mustangs will ultimately get the point.
You can say the Packers aren't going down without a fight. They are flying all over, bodies flying everywhere. But
they put up a great fight this evening. It's just the length that the Mustangs have has just been a little bit too much, especially in this last set, along with the condition and the stamina.
Well, that deeper bench is certainly an advantage for Sheyenne.
And this set's pretty lopsided. It's 21-10 now.
Kind of academic at this point. You know, I think as we look at this, Jackson, you might tend to look at this, if this ends up with a 3-1 win for Sheyenne tonight, and you might say, well, that was a pretty lopsided affair at the Mustang Gym. But if you joined us here in Mustang Media, or if you were in the gym watching, you know this was a much tighter match until this last game. As the Mustangs go up 22-10. This was a much tighter match than what a scoreboard might indicate.
Yeah, we saw 25-19, 28-26, and 25-21.
So, I think for the Packers having such a young team and not as deep, and I guess I'm not familiar if they have some injury issues or anything like that right now, but with such a young group and inexperience, I don't think if you're Coach Titus, you can be all that disappointed in this. After all, everyone knows that the goal is to play your best at region tournament and state tournament time. You want to play well throughout the regular season, but this is probably a team that's going to take some lumps here and there, but they're going to grow from that.
Well, we saw, Sheyenne won both of the regular season matchups, but West Fargo swept Sheyenne in the EDC semifinal round.
And so I think for Coach Newton, I think this is a great start. You're going to run that record to 8-0 overall. You'll be 1-0 in the EDC. That's what you're hoping for, to be undefeated. Probably some small things that they'll talk about that can be cleaned up. We saw some miscommunication. We've seen maybe some mental type errors by the Mustangs tonight, but by and large, I think they're a well-coached team that doesn't beat themselves. They do a good job of putting the pressure on their opponent and saying, beat us. We've got this length. We've got this athleticism.
Exactly.
We dare you to beat us.
Definitely off to one of the best starts in recent memory, 7-0. 2 points away from being 8-0. Bogenreef, Soini's able to keep up with that. Fiakowski to Peterson. Great dig there by Wasdorp. And that's going to be a point. And now it's match point here. And Brown and Coulter are going to come out, and that's going to conclude the evening for them.
Could we see Brooke Johnson serving once again?
Yes,
we can.
To close it out. Here we go. Oh, Packers are going to stay alive for one more.
Great job there by Finn.
Terrock on the outside. She gets the kill to finish the evening off, and the Mustangs win 3-1. That was a pretty long volleyball match, Dan. That was
really
almost 2 hours. But great win by the Mustangs to start off the EDC season.
It is, and it was long because none of these games were blowouts, save for this last game, where it was a 12-point difference. The other games went back and forth the entire match. And so, as we said, I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of if you're West Fargo. You came and gave a good effort tonight, but knowing that you're probably a little younger, a little less experienced than your opponent, you gave a good effort. For Sheyenne, like I said, I think you're pleased. If you're Coach Newton, the plan is going the way you want it to. You don't try and get too far ahead of yourselves. Say, all right, we got this one. Let's not dwell on it. Maybe look at some film, some things that you can work on, things that you can grow from. Let's worry about Davies on Thursday night.
So, Dan, who do you think, from both sides, start with West Fargo and then go to Sheyenne, who do you think stood out to you tonight?
Well, I think for West Fargo it had to be Allie Halverson. She hit the floor multiple times. Even though she's not one of the taller players, she is super athletic. She's an outside hitter, but you saw her dig after dig after dig. I think her and Fiakowski probably are the ones, that the Packers are going to have to rely on to make a lot of plays. And, boy, how do you pick from the Mustangs? We saw Maya Blado come up huge at the middle of the net with some blocks and some kills. Wasdorp, Bogenreef, great as outside hitters with the number of kills they had. We had, the spike master the dig master for the Mustangs, Engel, on several occasions. We saw Brooke Johnson serve really well. So I think just a really well-rounded team effort by Sheyenne tonight. Everyone contributing, everyone knowing their job.
Well, Dan, it's certainly. What'd you think? I think this is your first volleyball match.
This is the first. I'll take this opportunity to apologize to the volleyball purists at home for any mistakes that were made along the way. But Jackson, I enjoyed it as I always do when we call a game together, and looking forward to however I can help out with Mustang Media this fall. Hey, the season has started, man.
Yep.
It seems like we didn't end that long ago, and here we are. We got football and volleyball rolling, and soccer and every other sport.
Well, the Mustangs, they're going to take home the victory, 3-1. They remain undefeated at 8-0, and they start off the conference season 1-0. They're going to look to stay undefeated at Davies on Thursday. West Fargo is going to look to rebound against West Fargo Horace at home. But, Dan, it's been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to calling these games with you in the future, whether it's football, volleyball.
Who knows? Tennis, ping pong, whatever it
sports
is,
too.
We'll be out there. We'll do whatever we can. I enjoyed it, Jackson. Great job, great victory, packed house. That's always, I think, we talk about the game and the outcome, but what's great to see is when you have teams like this and the proud traditions that they have. We had a full gym tonight, a lot of energy, big student sections, especially for Sheyenne. That's great to see. That's what high school athletics is about. Yeah, you want to win and have championships, but it's about the atmosphere for these kids. And so that was great to see tonight from both the Packer and the Mustang
It was
fans.
a great matchup. Folks, don't forget to subscribe to Mustang Media so you can get notifications on when we go live. Also, check out our social media pages at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So, for Jackson Miller,
Dan Wolf.
Bye.